Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. The graph of y equals to x square negative 8x plus 16 is shown in the xy plane above. If point P is the y-intercept of the graph, what is the area of rectangle OPQR? So here OPQR is a rectangle and we have to find the area of it. Okay, since OPQR is a rectangle, opposite sides are parallel and equal. So this PQ is parallel to OR, and also we can consider this PQ as parallel to the x-axis because we have this side OR on the x-axis. Okay, now let me get the coordinates of the point P and Q as well. Okay, once I get the coordinates of point P, particularly the y coordinate, that will give the length of this side of the rectangle, that is the width of the rectangle. So if we get the x coordinate of the point Q over here, that will give the length of the rectangle. Once I get the length and width of the rectangle, I can multiply them and get the area of the rectangle OPQR. Okay, how do you have to get the y coordinate of the point P over here? Actually, this P is the y-intercept of the parabola whose equation is y equals to x square into 8x positive 16. Okay, for any graph, if I want to get the y coordinate of the y-intercept, what I have to do is I have to plug in x equals to 0 into the equation. Okay, when I plug in x equals to 0 here, it will become 0. This one also will become 0. I'm getting y equals to 16. So the y coordinate at this point P over here is 16. So that is we can mark 16 over here. So since we have 16 over here, the width of the rectangle, I mean the length of this line segment OP is 16. Okay, now I got the width of the rectangle. Now I have to get the length of the rectangle, either OR or PQ. So for that, we need the x coordinate at the point P. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the vertex of the quadratic function over here. That is a parabola. The vertex is over here. Okay, and also the quadratic function is given in standard form, that is in the form of y equals to ax square. Positive bx, positive c. Okay, whenever a quadratic function is given in standard form like this, and if I want to get the x coordinate of the vertex, that is a formula, that is negative b over 2a. Okay, comparing this and this, we get b equals to negative 8. Actually, b is the coefficient of x. So here the coefficient of x is a negative 8. So what we can do is we can plug in negative 8 for this b over here. Already we have negative in the formula, that is negative of negative 8 divided by 2 times a. Actually, a is the coefficient of x square. So in this quadratic function, the coefficient of x square is just 1. We can plug in 1 for a. Then we get x equals to negative times negative will become positive, 8 over 2. Then we get x equals to 4. Okay, now I got the x coordinate of the vertex over here, that is 4. Let me draw axis of symmetry. Usually the axis of symmetry of a parabola will pass through its vertex. So here we have a vertical line as axis of symmetry for this parabola, and it passes through the value 4 on x-axis. So its equation is x equals to 4. And also let's consider the distance from origin to the vertex over here. At the vertex, x coordinate is 4. At the origin, we have 0 on x-axis. So clearly the length of this line segment is 4. Since the length of this line segment is 4, the length of this line segment also must be 4. And also we know that PQ is an horizontal line because it's parallel to x-axis and also this side OR of the rectangle. Since PQ is an horizontal line and it intersects a parabola at 2 points P and Q, so these 2 points P and Q must be at the same distance from the axis of symmetry. So we know that the point P is at the distance of 4 units from the axis of symmetry. Then the point Q also must be at the same distance of 4 units from the axis of symmetry. So then what is the total length of this line segment? 4 positive 4, that is 8. So this represents the length of the rectangle. Okay, now I got the length of the rectangle, that is 8. Already we know the width of the rectangle, that is 16. Okay, now let's find the area of rectangle OPQR. Let me write over here OPQR. The formula to get area of rectangle is length times width. So here the length is 8 and the width is 16. When I multiply 8 and 16, I am getting 128. Okay, therefore the area of rectangle OPQR is 128 square units.